Just because you never heard of it, don't mean it don't exist. And the only reason why they continuously get away with it is because we as people choose to ignore it. What's going on, people? It's your boy charlieinthebox, the patriotic miscreant. What I'm gonna have my box today is gonna be, it looks like there's gonna be some human-like creatures and they're gonna be walking amongst us. Let's get this video started. On September 13, 2016, the Telegraph reports, motherless babies possible as scientists create live offspring without a female egg. But 5 days later, the Daily Mail reported, we can create babies without men, claim scientists. Well, let me explain something to people nowadays. Life and creation comes from our Creator, that's God. And He made us all in His image. And the way that He did it was for male and female to procreate. You got the male sperm and the female egg, and both of them have 23 chromosomes in them each. And if they come together with two people making love, well, it creates an embryo, and it gestates in the woman's belly, and 9 months later we have a baby. It's a beautiful thing. God has perfected that. Well, what man says is that he could trick it. And the way that he did is get the DNA of a person, hair, blood, or skin. They take out 23 chromosomes out of them, and they get the male sperm and inject them together. It will create an embryo, which will create life. The way they say they don't need the male anymore is they get the female egg and they fertilize it with chemicals. It tricks it to duplicate itself. They fuse together and has the 46 chromosomes life needs to create an embryo. 9 months later, you have a baby. See, they tell us it's for our benefits as people. Like, how about a young lady that's in her 30s and she ends up getting her hysterectomy? Or she ends up getting cancer and she loses all her fertility because her eggs were destroyed with chemotherapy. Doesn't that young couple deserve their offspring? They're still young, they still got life in front of them. Well, if they get that DNA from her and they get that sperm from her husband, well, they got a baby. Isn't that good? Isn't that humane? The right thing to do? If scientists could do it, why not? Well, because we live in this progressive utopia today, it doesn't say DNA needs to come from a woman. Because today they're saying male and male can marry. They get the DNA from a man, because I never said it was a woman, the DNA from a person. And they get the 23 chromosomes, they kick them out, they get his lover's sperm, they put it together, and now they got a life, and now we got this progressive utopia that gets life and marriage to two men and two women. But that's not the way that God created life. It was starting from the male and the female. That's how it's perfected. But man thinks he knows better. And these human-like creatures are going to be walking amongst us? Are they going to have the essence of God in them? I don't know. Because that ain't bad enough. On January the 6th, 2016, the MIT Technical Review published an article saying human-animal chimeras are gestating in U.S. research farms. What they said was that scientists got stem cells from aborted babies and injected them in embryos of pigs and sheep. And as these pigs and sheep mature, they're going to have human organs in them. How many people today are suffering because they need a heart, a liver, or a kidney? They have to wait for somebody else to die for them to live? Isn't this a more humane way to do it? See how much they care about us? Well, they're not done with that. On September 20, 2016, the Daily Mail reports doctors are planning the first head transplant, codenamed Heaven. That sounds like mockery to me. Well, Dr. Sergio said he's going to do some Frankenstein-like experiments to reanimate human corpses. He got a guy over there in Russia that's willing to be the first person to try to do this. He has a perfectly good head, but a deformed body. So they're going to chop his head off and put it on one of these freaking corpses that was donated to science or organ donorship. See, this is some evil-ass shit going on, people, and this is just what they're telling us. I could just imagine what's going on behind closed doors. You don't think what's going to be next is some synthetic humans? Human-like creatures walking amongst us? You think they're going to have the essence of God in them? I don't think so. But why would man go down this path of destruction? So what we as people need to do today is educate ourselves to understand all this crazy ass stuff that's going on amongst us today. Pick up a book like Satan, Prince of this World by William Guy Carr. And this man says, a lot of people will probably blame the communists and socialists for this new world order. They would say that the Freemasons or these Illuminists are the root of all the evil. But what he states in this that makes a compelling argument is we're living in a Luciferian conspiracy. These people had sided on the side of the devil. They're Satanists, and they want to destroy God's creation. And what's his creation? Us, in his image. And they've done it. They destroyed the family, they destroyed marriage, and they're taking us down this road of destruction. So what do we as people need to do? We got to get right with our Creator. To understand the reason why we're living on hell on earth is because we've abandoned his commandments. If man lived by these commandments, we wouldn't stray so far away down this road of destruction. And if we would have listened to his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, could show us how we should live amongst one another. Not to live in this world that Satan created. It's a lot more fun, and I understand that. But what's going to happen to your soul when you die, people? Do you care about that anymore? Well, Americans, what did they do to our country? They replaced God with government. And you replace God with government, well, no amount of evil man will be able to get away with, because we don't feel we're going to be accountable for the actions of our life. Whenever man falls out of the graces of God, this is what happens. The same thing that happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, that's what's going to happen to America. And us globally. We're going down this path of destruction. In order to reverse it, we got to go back to church. We got to believe in something greater than ourselves. If we did this, there's no amount of evil that any man or any deception, lies, deceit, or evil that they'll be able to get away with. Because we got the greatest power on our side, and that's God. So if you're not going to do everything in power, restore your life, liberty, and this country, right there. Life, liberty, and this country. No, life, liberty, and the country. Whatever, dude. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're going to do everything in power to destroy all three. Charlie Box, the patriotic, miscreant, and I'm out.
Hello there. Watch Charlie the Box before he's sent to a re-education camp.
Right out. Just because we never heard of it, don't mean it don't exist. And the only reason why